What was happening is, well, I hadn't been contacted basically yet. I was still on the fence a little bit at first. Like I said, I was basically. I mean, I love Germany. Germany was my country. I didn't want my Germans killed, and I wasn't sure about who was the problem in Germany. So I was slow to act with Germany until I knew exactly who and where and when and what was going on in Germany. And like I said, it became evidently clear that basically South Africans had come up and basically taken over my country. And were basically wholesale slaughter. Like I said, there are photographs of basically black people in charge of basically Auschwitz and some of my other sites. And that's when you see, and you actually do see the black people ordering them to fire and killing white people. There's lots of photographs of the slaughter, but you see that it's a black leader that's actually slaughtering those white people. They were all black leaders. Black people had put themselves in power, and they were, and they had like 500, and you'd see them in their little captain uniforms, wearing other people's uniforms, and they're doing this, and then they're shooting white people. So, anyway, so it was evidently clear that the problem was the black people. There's lots of photographs of that. So the black people were the problem. So anyway, when that became evidently clear to me and other people, there were a couple landing attempts a little bit, but it wasn't really with my full support yet. And then, like I said, they finally got me, we're talking directly to me, and I was like, all right, let's do this the right way. And so, like I say, what they did was they got, there was also like cargo ships. They also got cargo ships, and they beached them on the beach, and then the landing craft came in behind the cargo ships. Because I was like, get those cargo ships in there and use them as cover to get those landing crafts up in there. And that's how they actually got it. Because otherwise they made 2 attempts that were failed, basically. They died. The defenses were too strong. It's like, well, that's because you're not doing it the right way. Get cargo ships. I was like, pull the cargo ships, let's go. And I'm Lucifer LS. I build those ships, so we took the cargo ships. They took the cargo ships and they got them up on the beach. And then the landing ships came in behind, and then they creeped the landing ships around the front, so the guys on the gunners could get out around the landing ships and use the landing ships, use the cargo ships as cover, and that's when they were started. They're and you see photographs of all this stuff. There'll be a cargo ship on the beach, and there'll be all these landing crafts just like right behind the cargo ship, and they're trying to shoot over because it's almost impossible to hit. To hit right here, right next to a cargo ship. To get it right on the backside with a curved shot from a shell, that's a very hard shot. That's like 1 in 10 shots, or 2 in 10 shots will actually get right there. It's almost impossible. So that's when I was like, get those cargo ships up in there, get them in right behind the cargo ships, and then sneak around and then start sniping those people. And that's what they actually did. I was fully, D-Day, the real D-Day invasion was me. Was LS, Lucifer Star. I do this for a living. Defenses, war, that's what I do. They were my cargo ships, and I was the one to be like, fuck it, bend the prop. Ram them. Those defenses, they will move. You take a ship at full speed, and you hit that beach as hard as you can, and it will go up on those defenses. And I didn't care about the bottom of the ships. I was like, we will remelt them and reforge them. I don't care. We're gonna get in there. That's why there's failed attempt, and then there's my D-Day, which is where I was pissed. Which is basically when the battleships ran up on the beaches and were firing directly into tanks. Like I said, I'm pretty sure they said that. There was a line of 8 tanks deep. And that battleship fired and just went right through them. Like I said, I was pissed. I was like, I was so angry. Like clenched fists, just like, and I didn't care what it cost. They were hurting my good Germans. When we had the evidence, I was like, it was like, oh fuck. It's like, yeah. They pissed off me. So, like I said, there's photographs of all the cargo ships sitting up on the beach that they use for cover. They just grab them and just right in there. and then they were sniping around the corner, and that's how they actually got the D-Day invasion, because there were too many cannons, and they were hitting the cargo ships. But the shells wouldn't really get through so much. Somewhat, but, it's still bad. There's still a lot of people dead. And we were just going to keep sending people till we got those black people. And it wasn't racism. They were raping and killing people inside of Germany. We had to evacuate Germany of women and children. The black people were going around saying, I split that 6-year-old wide. Because they were raping 6-year-old girls. They were killing. They were torturing. They were doing whatever they wanted to white people. So, and that's what D-Day was about. That's why you see all those pictures of cargo ships all up on the thing, and the thing is just this big smoking ruin. That was me. That was my... Like I say, I was pissed. There was no... People say, they almost put... No, they were not going to push us off that beach. If I had to vaporize that beach with a nuclear bomb, that's what I was going to do. But we were going to get in that country. There was no possibility of failure, especially once I was in communication. I was leading the attack. I was like, get those ships up in there, get behind those ships, and let's hit them hard. So, like I said, we told them to surrender and all that. So, that's who they were facing that day. That was my attack. I'm the only one who could order a war of such scale. And there's a lot of talk of, well, we shouldn't have black people. I was like, well, I don't know if the black people, are they really all rapists? Are they all killers? Do they, So a lot of black people weren't actually included in the attack because they thought they would have sympathy for the other black people. It's like, no, we have the evidence. Those people are horrible, evil, controlling, killer, rapists that have no regard for human life. So we had the evidence. We had the photographs. We had everything. It was a very well-rounded... We knew exactly who was doing it. They were very public about it. They thought no one could touch them. And they were wrong. So, anyway, like I say, that's what happened. And they had lots of film and lots of photographs of the event. The black people don't want it to be known what they did. There's lots of evidence of the black people shooting people. They were the ones who were killing people, slaughtering people. They were the ones who were manning the guns mostly. There's 2 or 3 token white people, or something like that. They ran. Those scared little bitches ran inland and left white people manning the guns. Like I say, they're pathetic. Anyway, so yeah, that's what happened. That was me. Proud of it. Anyway, I'm not racist. It's not like I'm just, maybe I should have hunted them all down, but I don't know. I was better than them, though. Still am. Always will be better. So, anyway. But yeah, all this question of what happened during D-Day, it was very obvious. I don't back them. I don't sympathize with those black people that we killed, that they killed. I have no mercy for them. They had no mercy for the white people, so why should I have mercy for them? So I didn't. I didn't accept surrender at some point in time. It's like, oh, that was a long time ago. That has been withdrawn. Anyway, they killed him. But we knew who we were killing. We had photographic evidence that it's like this black person. It's that black person. It was individuals. We weren't just killing all black people. We were just like that person, that person, that person, this person. Does anyone else want to be a rapist and killer? By the end of it. And some just went to jail. Anyway, but that's what was happening.